Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today's Sherweb webinar around the main reasons why you should join the Microsoft Partner Network and all of the benefits that you get by having an MPN ID. My name is Majd Madina. I'm a program lead for Sherweb's Partner Success, and our guest speaker today is Sarah Broadbent, Partner Marketing Manager at Microsoft. So we're very happy to have Sarah with us, as she will be really leading the discussion and introducing all the different benefits the partner get by being an official Microsoft partner. And in the end of the presentation, I will jump in to really talk about the value partners get by adding their MPN ID to your Sherweb Cumulus Partner Portal, so that you can really unlock all the additional incentives and margins by having Microsoft really track your transactions. With that, I'd like to thank Sarah for joining us. And Sarah, the floor is yours.
Okay, great. Thanks for the introduction, and I'm really happy to be here today. We love working with Sherweb. And so just a little bit about me. I work in Microsoft's US subsidiary out here in Redmond, Washington. And my role is to ensure that our US partners understand the value of the Microsoft Partner Network, as well as distill the benefits and understand how to activate them. So if you want to go to the next slide. So in order to make the most of your partnership with both Microsoft and Sherweb, it's important to become a member of the Microsoft Partner Network, since that's our official partner program that helps you grow your business, reach customers, and sell your solutions. It's important for resellers to have a Microsoft Partner Network ID to ensure that the CSP reach and revenue is recognized properly. This can impact partner incentives, which we'll talk about a bit later, your eligibility for other programs, and just generally make the channel more effective to enable Microsoft and Sherweb work together to support you the best that we can. This training is designed to help you enhance or understand better why MPN, talk about how Sherweb and Microsoft can help you onboard both onto MPN and CSP and maximize the program's benefits. So next slide. So what will we cover today? As I mentioned, we're committed to helping you unlock growth opportunities for your business in partnership with Sherweb. And this presentation will make sure you're taking full advantage of MPN and the resources best suited for you. I'll start with MPN membership overview, the competencies and the benefits included with them, the readiness and technical trainings available, our marketing resources and referrals engine, and then finally module take incentives. Great, so jumping into the membership overview. We have 3 types of membership for our partners. We unlock a large range of product and program options to help you differentiate your business, take it to market, and sell your solutions. Note that MPN is the largest partner network in our industry, larger than both AWS and Salesforce combined, which provides many opportunities to work with other partners. The network membership is a free membership that connects you with our community and valuable resources, including training and marketing materials. Note, this is a free membership, and it'll provide you with the MPN ID that's necessary to connecting it to Sherweb and CSP, as well as earning incentives if that's something you're interested in and eligible for. Action Pack is an annual subscription. There's no requirements that you need to meet, and it gives you access to developer tools, additional support, training, and software licenses. So I like to think of this as a sort of starter kit to MPN and give you a sense of the benefits that are available. It's geared towards our smaller partners as well as ISVs. Competencies are designed to help partners demonstrate your expertise, stand out from your competitors, and are required for incentives. This is also a paid membership level, and in order to demonstrate that you're a top partner in your solution area, you need to meet performance requirements. If you're interested in attaining a competency, you can visit the link here. We have 19 competencies in market right now. Once you join MPN at least the network membership level, you'll log into Partner Center, and that's where you can track how you're making progress against these requirements. So note that we frequently make improvements to the program. You can expect to see some in early July. So ensure that you visit our partner website frequently, as well as stay connected. And I've included links here to both of those resources. So now I'll go a little deeper into each of these membership options. As I mentioned, the network membership is available to you at no cost and provides you the MPN ID. You can access our partner community to connect directly with Microsoft and other partners. We offer a robust calendar of both virtual and in-person training. And then we have several marketing resources, which I'll talk about in depth later. I've also got instructions on how to join in this deck as well. Okay. Action Pack is an annual subscription. It costs $475 a year, but I can tell you that the benefits easily outweigh the cost, from the technical support you get, access to Microsoft technical experts through pre-sales and deployment services, as well as access to one-on-one dev chat. You'll also have access to our solutions. We provide our partners with a set of licenses for internal use, and this enables your teams to test, fix bugs, and get to know our products in order for you to better serve your customers. We've got the full list of benefits on our partner website, so I encourage you to go there to look at them in detail. And there are instructions on the site for how to purchase Action Pack. And then finally, I mentioned that our competencies are really designed to help you stand out from your peers, as well as enable customers and other partners understand what you're really good at, as well as highlight your previous successes. A competency comes at the silver or gold level. The silver has lower requirements and a scaled back set of benefits, whereas gold is for our cream of the crop partners and includes the most expansive set of benefits. Having a competency provides you prioritized placement in our marketplaces. I'll talk about those a little later, but some of you may be familiar with AppSource and Azure Marketplace for selling your solutions. You'll get access to exclusive go-to-market services. These were something we introduced last November, and they're also a great opportunity for you, and I'll talk about that a little later. Additional technical pre-sales and deployment services, trainings and dev chat. You'll get access to more product licenses through a competency, as well as support services. As I mentioned earlier, competencies are required for partner incentives. And then you'll also get a competency logo that you can post on your site, as well as a certification letter demonstrating your expertise that can be shared with customers. So we can keep going from there. I've got some instructions here on how to get started. As I mentioned earlier, all of the information is on our website. You can see your eligibility requirements. These could be performance-based. So for example, our cloud platform competency requirements are based on your Azure consumption. And then other competencies are skill-based, meaning that the partner needs to have a certain number of employees trained on a specific product, skill, or solution. So to do this, you just go into Partner Center and it'll take you through the steps to complete the process. Okay. We also have competencies that are aligned specifically to our cloud products and solutions. And note that they provide incremental benefits to the core ones that I described earlier. So these incremental benefits can be in the form of additional seats of the product licenses you receive for the cloud platform competency I mentioned a moment ago. You'll have access to Azure bulk credits and so on. So this is not an exhaustive list, but if you are selling a cloud solution, which I imagine most of you are, that's something to consider when you're looking at competencies. Okay. So the Cloud Enablement Desk is a great resource that we often talk to with our CSP partners, and it's a free personalized service that you can use to help navigate MPN benefits, attain a cloud-based competency, the ones I just mentioned, access relevant technical and marketing resources to increase sales impact. We found that partners who engage the CED have seen a really positive impact on growing their business. For example, this partner here, Xerox, saw a 30% increase in their Azure consumption since they engaged the CED. To utilize the CED, all you need to do is be new to MPN or early in your cloud development. If you're looking for go-to-market help or would like to enhance your marketing effectiveness, if you're looking for technical expertise to increase sales and streamline deployments, or if you're considering a cloud competency. These engagements are typically from 6 to 9 months, and you'll work with the same Cloud Enablement Desk representative each time you talk to them. So it's more of an enhanced experience than support. And like I said, you'll be working directly with a Microsoft specialist. If you're further along in your journey as a Microsoft partner, the CED agents can also walk you through and support you in becoming co-sell ready. To be eligible, you just need to be non-managed, which I assume most of you are, have an MPN ID, so that can either be at the network or action pack level. If you're looking specifically for technical or marketing consultations, that will require the Action Pack subscription, which, as I mentioned, is a paid subscription renewed annually. And then finally, how to sign up. You can self-nominate at this link. Should only take you a few minutes, and then you'll receive a call from the Cloud Enablement Desk within 5 business days. Okay, with that, I'll jump a little bit more into the benefits that you can get with an MPN membership. So first, what we've heard from our partners is that they're really looking for training to help them skill up across all roles in their business. So to do that, we offer several training opportunities to help you scale, address customer challenges, and gain credibility with customers and other partners. You can access this training through the Learning Portal, which I've linked to here. Through our learning paths, we offer a sequenced set of learning assets where you'll learn from Microsoft staff and industry experts on our latest products, solutions, and topics through facilitated workshops, as well as on-demand courses. We also offer learning paths that act as a curriculum for you to prepare for competency exams. And we recently introduced role-based training. So rather than just offering training aligned to a Microsoft solution, we have role-based training that will align to developers, marketers, business decision makers, and more. As I mentioned, these trainings are offered both in person and virtually. So I encourage you to check these out. It's a great opportunity to scale up your teams, and they are all included with any level of membership. You can go to the next slide. Next, I wanted to talk about some more of our technical benefits. I mentioned at the beginning the technical pre-sales and deployment services that connect you with a Microsoft technical expert, technical consultant. They fall into what we call a Microsoft partner technical journey, and they enable you to ramp up your capabilities that align with your goals. The trainings align to Microsoft solution areas, so it's easy to find what best fits your business. So first, we have technical webinars that provide an interactive discussion between my partners and Microsoft experts. We also offer technical consultations that are one-on-one sessions with a technical consultant. You can go through the process on screen, and get expert advice from dev to deployment. So for example, the technical pre-sales consultations are used by partners to determine the optimal solution to build for their customer, as well as deployment services to help your customers get up and running on your solutions faster. And then finally, dev chat. When you're logged in to your account, you can chat live with our technical experts who can help you plan, build and deploy apps. And this is available for Azure, Office 365, and select Dynamics 365 apps. You want to go to the next slide? Here we show a map of what a technical journey can look like. And you'll see that your teams will be trained in the necessary topics to be successful and supported by Microsoft every step of the way. And to do, a complete technical journey like we show here, there's multiple resources that your teams can plug into, from trainings to deep dives on certain areas, working with a Microsoft technology consultant, and so on. And we took a look at the cloud consumption of partners who have engaged in these technical journeys in some way. It might not be completing as many activities as you see here, but we've seen up to 10x cloud consumption for the partners who use these services and resources. Okay. Next, I'll go into how we can help you reach more customers. So this includes things like getting referrals from Microsoft, marketing, and so on. So starting from marketing, what we've heard from a lot of our partners is that they're looking for support to market their solutions, as well as Microsoft branded materials that they can use in their website and other marketing assets. So just by joining MPN, including at the free network level, you get access to the resources here, but there is a more exhaustive list on our website. Smart Partner Marketing is designed to help you build a digital marketing strategy. It includes tools, training, and guidance that meet you wherever you are in your marketing development journey. So you can take an assessment to look at where you are right now with your digital marketing strategy, and we'll help you develop the strategy that's appropriate for your business wherever you are. Next, we offer a free social and email syndication service, and this enables you to connect your social media accounts with your email lists. So we understand that, you're busy all day, you might not have time for social, or you don't know the optimal way to be using LinkedIn, Twitter, and other accounts. And so this service enables you to connect them. It'll connect with your digital campaign library. It can gather leads by setting up gated content. And as I mentioned before, what it does is it pushes your content automatically to your social media accounts based on the timing you set up. And then finally, we have ready-to-go customizable content, including marketing campaigns that you can use right now to make a bigger impact. These are especially helpful if you don't have a dedicated marketing team or access to third-party marketing agencies, and you want to get campaigns and content out the door quicker. So you can download these right on our site, customize the copy, and get started using them right away. So we'll go to the next slide. I mentioned earlier that we introduced some new GTM services in 2019. And the amount of services you have access to depends on your level of membership. You'll see silver and gold competency partners get a larger list of benefits that are included. So for silver, you'll get access to the resources I just went over, as well as a consultation with our GTM resource desk, who can go through one of the marketing activities with you here. And then we also offer paid services to these partners. And you can think of these as working directly with Microsoft on one of these marketing activities. I haven't listed the pricing here. You can contact the resource desk, but having seen them and also having some experience on the agency side myself, they're very competitive and can also provide you to content provided by our executives. So for example, if you decide to do a press release, we can get a quote from one of our partner executives at Microsoft. At the gold level, you'll get the silver benefits plus the ones listed here. So I won't go too into detail, but once you get the deck, I encourage you to go to the GTM Services website and see what's available to you. All right. So next are referrals. This is something I get asked about a lot. How can Microsoft help connect me with more customers? And it's something that we're doing. So you can see here, we share 98,000 customer leads, both through inbound and outbound referrals, as well as our Azure Marketplace and App Source. To get started, what you can do is log into Partner Center and create a business profile, which will connect you with the right customers at the right time. You'll receive and manage leads directly through Partner Center. And when you create your profile, it shows up on our Find a Solution Provider page, which I've linked to at the bottom here. And that's where customers can search for you. They'll filter by information such as what's your solution area, your location in case they want to work with a partner located near them, and so on. Again, you can manage your profile and leads directly in Partner Center, which is our one-stop shop for managing all aspects of your partnership with Microsoft. We use data and machine learning on the back end to match customer opportunities with the right partner. So it's important that you accurately fill out your profile. We've got a referrals guide here that goes through the steps of getting started, and it also goes through how you can optimize your profile to get connected to the right customers. So next slide. Okay, so I mentioned a couple times our marketplaces, and these are AppSource and Azure Marketplace. AppSource shows top business solutions for your industry from Microsoft and select partners. It enables you to add new capabilities to your apps and leverage our full cloud platform. Customers can try any app free before they buy it and work with a partner to implement it. A listing can help increase reach, discoverability, and usage of your apps. And once you set up your listing, you can include in your listing consulting services. Azure Marketplace is geared towards developers and IT professionals who are looking for the technical building blocks to build their business. It can help drive more leads and promote your solutions to enterprise, fulfills software needs, certified and optimized to run on Azure. So these are both great engines for customers to find your solutions. So I often get asked, well, how do I get started? We offer complimentary consultations to help create your profile. Right now they're available to June 30th, but we anticipate they will continue into the next fiscal year. But if you are interested in marketplaces, I encourage you to submit a request to set up your listing. And then once you've published your app, a go-to-market specialist will contact you to help you improve your profile. You can go to the next slide. I won't go through this in depth, but if you are interested in the GTM consultation, this slide just shows that depending on where you are in your journey of listing on marketplaces, you'll get a certain set of benefits. So for all listings, you'll get AAD integration and onboarding, a listing in OCP catalog, and so on. So I'll leave that there, and you're welcome to reach out with questions on that after the call or here. Okay, then on to my last section. As I mentioned before, MPN is the largest technology partner community. If you want to go to the next slide, we've included instructions for how to get started. All you have to do is go to partner.microsoft.com and select Enroll or click Join Now. Go to the next page. Many of you are probably aware of Microsoft Inspire, which is our largest partner event of the year, and it's coming up in just 4 weeks, July 14th to 18th in Las Vegas. It's an amazing opportunity to hear about our FY20 strategy from our executives. There will be technology solutions content. It's a great way to engage with other partners. It's a global event. I know that some attendees here are from Canada and some are from the US. There will also be several sessions specific to MPN, as well as a help desk that you can talk to a Microsoft Partner Program specialist. So anyways, you can register here and get more information. Okay. We've got several ways to stay engaged with the partner network and stay informed. So you can start at ak.ms/US partner. And then we also have several social accounts that you can follow. Our Yammer page at the bottom right linked here is a great place to ask questions as well as connect with other partners. Okay, so next steps. I just want to jump to that. If you're totally new to MPN, recommend checking out our Getting Started guide as well as our blog posts. Explore the benefits in detail that I described today. Sign up now if you haven't already, and then reach out to your account manager at Sherweb if you have any questions. So with that, that's what I have for today, and I'll let Maj take over again and jump into incentives.
Thank you very much, Sarah. That was great. I just see that there's a quick question that came in. Maybe we can take it right now quickly. So for Microsoft customers through referral, is it a mandate to opt for Action Pack subscription?
No, to do referrals, you can do the free network subscription. You just need an MPN ID.
Great. Great. Well, thank you, Sarah. If you have any questions, please send them over through the question box. And also, I just want to note quickly that the material and the PowerPoint presentation, it's really valuable. It's full of links, as we saw, that really helps navigate partners across all the different benefits. So you can also download it from the right side bar right here. Or, of course, we also will be sending out the presentation right after. I see there's another quick question that maybe we can take. How much does the Gold Partner subscription cost, Sarah?
Right now it is $46.70 per year, but if you have multiple gold competencies that you earn, you only pay that fee once, and silver is $16.70 US dollars.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, please keep your questions coming, and now I'll quickly go through the incentives portion. So as Sarah mentioned, actually this is a quick technical benefit slide that really also explains the differences between the Gold, Silver, Action Pack, and Network benefits that you get on the technical benefits side. This includes the advisory hours, which you can use as like pre-sales consultation or technical training. I was personally just with a discussion with Microsoft, and they were letting me know that a lot of partners don't really know about their advisory hours. So I wanted to quickly share that if you require any type of direct one-on-one consultation with Microsoft, you probably are not using a lot of these. And just by letting your Sherweb account manager know, you can simply share your MPN ID with them, and then we will make sure that you get one of these consultations and you can utilize these hours. So with that, jumping into the incentives portion, as Sarah mentioned, there are more than 18 different competencies, out of which these 10 that are on the screen right here are considered the cloud competencies, and they're totally, they perfectly relate to the different cloud or CSP products, whether it's Dynamics, Office 365, and Azure, and they are the main thing that partners need to do right after attaining an MPN ID in order to make use and start receiving the rebates and incentives as really as cashbacks. So the first step is really to attain one of these 10 cloud competencies, either at the silver or the gold tier. And you only need one competency to unlock all of the CSP products incentives. So you don't need like an Azure competency just to unlock Azure and so on. And once you attain one of these 10 cloud competencies, and as Sarah mentioned, the Cloud Enablement Desk is an amazing resource to help you with all of the training needs, with everything that you need step by step in order to reach your competency. So you can always let your Sherweb account manager know that you want to nominate yourself to the CED. We also have an internal process to really make sure that you get approved in time and you receive a call back and you start the process. So also please let your account managers at Sherweb know where you are at as regards to attaining your competencies. And once you get them, as we mentioned, you start receiving your incentives with every single sale that you do. So we all know that the Microsoft fiscal year is close to an end. So these numbers, they definitely might change. As you can see, these were the incentives that were happening for FY19, the first half of the year. So for example, with the first row, and all of these numbers are for US incentives. So the global rates were the incentives for all the partners around the world. At the first half of the year, partners made an 8% on every Office 365 deal. And then in the second half of the year, partners started making 6% for core Office 365 products. And these are like basically all of the Office 365 SKUs. And then for all other CSP products, including Azure, Dynamics 365, and so on, throughout the whole year, partner made an exact 8% over every monthly recurring revenue throughout the year and throughout the life of the customer. So that's a monthly incentive that you make, and it's basically an additional margin. And this is why we really are encouraging all of our partners to attain a competency as fast as possible and make sure that you have your MPN ID on the Sherweb partner portal, even from now, just even before you attain your competency, so that all of these licenses are really recognized by Microsoft and pile up towards you attaining your competency and starting to unlock these incentives. So the incentives don't just come to these 8 or 6% or the 10% for Azure reserved instances. There's also accelerators that happen all around the world. So for example, this slide is the USA accelerators and that were happening throughout the year. They're still active until the end of this month, and even if they change starting next month with the new fiscal year of Microsoft, they will not change by that much. They might go up, might go down, we still don't know, but we will always let our partners stay in sync and up to date with how these margins and incentives are doing. So just to take an example or a couple of examples, in the US, partners could make an additional 30% margin on Azure deals. So taking a look at this example, for a first month billing of, let's say, up to $4,000, the incentives that partners were making for the last 6 months of the year were, first of all, a base 8% on all Azure monthly subscriptions. And then there was an accelerator, as we've seen in the last slide, going on, where if that partner was a new Azure partner, if the customer was a new Azure customer and not already existing with another CSP, so the partner would make an additional 2%. And then there was a local accelerator going for Azure deals in the last 6 months of the year of an additional 20%. So a total of 30% additional incentives or additional margins were given to partners throughout the last 6 months of the year if they had any Solver competency and they had their MPN ID on Cumulus. And just by looking at these numbers, you could clearly see that even if the competency costs $1,600 to attain, it really pays for itself and a lot more. And the partners have even more power in order to negotiate, in order to even win opportunities against competitors, and it gives you more flexibility and, of course, higher revenue and win-backs. So this is an example for Azure. If we also take another example for M365 and Office 365, just to really paint the picture better, you can see that, for example, in that first opportunity or deal, it was for $8,000 annually. And then taking a look at the slide of CSP incentives for the US, you can see that, of course, for Microsoft 365, the direct incentive is 8%. And then after that, there was a global accelerator, as we've seen for the last 6 months of the year, for any customer that is not currently on Microsoft 365. So if it's a new customer coming from on-prem or from another product line, for example, that would be another 2%, bringing it down to 10%. And then also in the last 6 months of the year, there was a global strategic accelerator with where partners would get an additional 2% for Microsoft 365, making the total a 12% additional, I'm sorry for that. There was also another 12% for local accelerators for Microsoft 365, and in total it brought it to 24% additional incentive or rebate or margin, plus, of course, the margin that you get from Sherweb. So if partners don't have their NPN ID on the system or don't have a Microsoft competency, they're basically just doing the Sherweb margin, which can go from 5, 10, 15%. But of course, if you have these competencies and your NPN ID on the system, you can make a whole other 24% additional to your deals, right? And that brings it, just by looking at the incentive that you get from that type of size deal, which is only 50 seats, it's around $2,000, which once again really is even more than the price of attaining the competency in the first place, right? So this is why it's really valuable, and it definitely does pay for itself. And all CSPs are really encouraging their partners to make sure that they attain these competencies and are recognized for it. Another quick example that we can take is for an Office 365 E3 50-seat opportunity. Taking a look at the last 6 months of the year, once again, of course, this can change starting next month, probably hopefully go even higher, at Sherweb, of course, we'll always keep our partners up to date with the incentives. But for this size opportunity, for the last 6 months of Microsoft's fiscal year, the global base incentive for everything Office 365 was 6%, plus a 2% if the customer is not already on Office 365. So whether they're coming, once again, from competition or from on-prem, it brought down the total incentive to 8% of monthly cash back, plus, of course, the Sherweb margin that you currently get. So I hope these couple of examples paint the picture. And once again, as we mentioned, like, this is really good way for partners to make even more money selling Microsoft CSP solutions. Gives you more of a competitive edge, and of course helps you even negotiate stronger or compete even better on deals. So it's all it needs is an NPN ID, which is, of course, free of charge. And I always say it's as easy as creating like a Gmail account. So if you don't have an MPN ID, all you need to do is activate it from partner.microsoft.com and then add it to your Cumulus portal. Start getting recognized for that revenue, because if you don't have your MPN ID on the system, you're not getting recognized. And then once you're ready to attain a competency, you can engage with the Cloud Enablement Desk. They can help you through it. Of course, the Sherweb account managers are with you every step of the way, and we're happy to go over all the details with you on how you can start making money on these additional margins by having a competency and your MPN on the system. With that, I believe we come to the conclusion of our presentation. Right before we take on questions, I'd like to quickly announce that we have one of the biggest promos we ever had with our partners launched just this month, and it will stay for a couple of months, and we really hope that all partners make use of it, and that's the Sherweb Growth Challenge program. So do make sure to talk to your account managers about it. And basically what that program is that we will be doubling up every dollar that you bring to Sherweb. Half of it will be paid in matching direct incentives during the month of the win, and the other half will be given as direct marketing support programs in order to generate more leads and more business. So you basically get the first half or the dollar value amount of the first dollar that you put in as a direct cashback, and the other half of the amount as marketing development funds for next year. So these funds can go all the way up to 10K. So basically, if you have a 5K opportunity, you're going to get 5K today and then another 5K to use as MDF in the next year. Of course, if you need more details, please do talk to us, talk to your reps, but this really is one of the biggest promos we ever gave out, and they tie in perfectly with the Microsoft incentives as well, so that you can really double up on your margins. With that, I'd also like to announce that our biggest conference in the year is happening in October on the 9th till the 11th in Montreal this year. That's the Sherweb Annual Cloud Accelerate Summit. Partners get together not just to talk about Sherweb products, but to really talk about growing your business. It really is one of the biggest vendor neutral shows where we share best practices across our partner network, where you get to talk to our partner advisory councils. We do this event jointly with Microsoft. This year we will have Kevin Piesker along with several other superstar speakers. Kevin, of course, is the Microsoft CEO for Canada, as well as a lot of superstar speakers coming in to really help plan for next year and get our partners to really start the year successfully, and also meet with the Sherweb team in person. So with that, we come to the conclusion of our webinar. I'd like to thank you, Sarah, once again. And let's take a look at the questions. Wow, I see a lot of them coming in. The first question that we have by Daniel, the Partner Center says not to input your partner ID as part of a CSP program. Which partner ID should we be using? Sarah, can you take that one?
Yeah, that's a great question. I have to admit, I'm not a deep expert on the CSP onboarding, but Maj, let me make sure I get you the link to the CSP onboarding recordings that my colleague Christina Lee did with the CSP experts. So that should help explain through that, but thanks for the question.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so we will make sure to answer every question in the response, like in the follow-up email. So we will definitely make sure to answer your question in the follow-up, Daniel. So another question from Maria is that the disclaimer at the beginning of the presentation says whatever is presented today is good until June 30th. How will the changer after June 30th be communicated? That's a great question, Maria. As I mentioned, the Microsoft fiscal year is ending by June 30th. So especially as regards to the incentives that I just presented, they change every half of year by Microsoft fiscal. Sarah, if you have any added notes that you'd like to share. So, but from our side, we will always make sure to communicate all of the different changes to our partners. We also train all of the account managers to keep our partners up to date. So just by building a direct relation with your account manager at Sherweb, you'll always be up to date with how the incentives looks like, how the program is changing, and also, of course, just by checking your emails and the Sherweb communications and announcements, we are always in very close contact with Microsoft, and we share all of the updates with our partner network. And also, as we start the year, we will host another series for this webinar where we will start the year strong, and we will let all of our partners know about all the new incentives, the new programs, and everything that we learn at Inspire, because this is when we're going to get a lot of new announcements.
Yep.
Sarah, do you like to add anything? Yeah.
I was just going to say all of the Inspire sessions are recorded and available on demand. So if you can't attend, you can watch those as well. And yeah, as you said, you know, Sherweb and Microsoft are working really close together to make sure you're up to date, specific to MPN if you're a member or you set up your membership. If anything changes about, you know, a competency requirement or anything around that, you will receive an email from us directly.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sarah. And I saw that Daniel, you have a lot of great input around your question. So we will take note and make sure to post it in the response and reply back validating that MPN ID question. So yep, you're most welcome. So another question from Tony is, how does Microsoft and or Sherweb judge the competency of companies applying for a core competency? So Tony, unless Sarah, you'd like to take a shot at it, I'm happy to also do it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can take that to get started, and you're welcome to comment. Once you have an MPN ID, we track your performance when it comes to the performance requirements, such as I gave the example of Azure consumption for the cloud platform competency. That'll be reflected in Partner Center. And so when you log in under the memberships tab, you can see how you're tracking. When it comes to the competencies that have a training requirement, you'll have to make sure that your employees who have completed trainings or have a Microsoft certified professional designation are attached to your accounts. I can send over a link to Majd after the call with the instructions for attaching it. Note, you know, for certain competencies, the performance must be generated or influenced a certain way in order for it to show up. So, you know, it does carry directly through, but as I mentioned with the training requirements, you will have to attach the employees who took the trainings to your MPN ID. Do you have any comments, Majd, or maybe you want to put it more simply, better than I have?
No, that was perfect. I just wanted to also add that this is really a very important reason why you should add your MPN ID to your profile section of your Sherweb Cumulus Partner Portal. Because this is how you will start accumulating the credit for your transactions, right? So let's say you need to attain a certain Azure competency that requires certain Azure instances, right? Even if you don't want to have your competency today, just by getting an MPN ID, which is of course very simple and very quick, and adding that MPN ID to the Cumulus Partner Portal, Microsoft will be able to see your transactions, and they will be reflecting to the Microsoft portal. And this way, when you realize that, hey, I have achieved my my quota that I need in order to start getting the competency and receiving the incentives, you can just apply for it, pay for the competency, and start receiving the incentives that actually pay back for the competency and more, right? So in order to really get recognized for these transactions, it's very important to link your MPN ID to the Cumulus Partner Portal as well. Yeah, with that, I don't see any additional questions. If anyone has questions, still have a couple of more minutes to go. Other than that, be very happy to give you your time back. Oh, here we go, another question from Maria. So what is the delay between achieving the requirements and when the incentives start being paid? Sarah, do you know how much time it takes once this happens? From what I've been told from Microsoft Teams is that it's fairly quick. There's just a quick process of activating the competency. You definitely have to have your MPN ID, of course, on the Sherweb Cumulus portal, and then I believe the incentives come within the next month of every transaction. But Sarah, do you have a more accurate response? So we can also double check that and reply.
Yeah,
the follow-up.
I was going to say, I think that meeting the requirements reflects pretty quickly, but each incentive does have a specific payment cadence. I believe it's monthly now.
Yeah, I believe it changed. I believe it was quarterly. From my internal discussions, I didn't see it happen myself, and this is why I'd like to reconfirm that. But I believe it was quarterly and it changed to monthly, but it might be like a month delayed, right? Oh yes, Maria said it is monthly, yeah. So like what you do in February can come in March, right? But it isn't that late at all, yeah. Yeah, and it changed from quarterly to monthly, so that's one thing that we were happy about.
Yep.
Perfect. Another question is from Chris. Are current monthly recurring transactions retroactively tracked by Microsoft?
I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't know what your experience is, but specific to competencies, it can't be backtracked.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, yeah, great. Yeah, so it starts with when you added your MPN ID to the Cumulus Partner Portal and you're getting new transactions. That's when they start counting. So this is why it's really important to do that fast, because we don't want to miss out, and we don't want our partners to miss out on attaining or making more money, right? Yep. So any additional questions? Of course, I'd like to mention that your account managers are always happy to connect on any of your needs. We can always set up a call together with Microsoft, and we have a lot of programs coming up. Starting next year, we'll be doing a lot of technical boot camps for our partners and some really nice surprises coming our way. Best way is to stay current with your account manager, plan for the year to start strong, and let us know how we can help you. So with that, thank you very much, Sarah, for joining us. That was a great session. Of course, the recording will be shared with all of our partners, and we'd like to thank all of our attendees and all of our partners for working with us and for joining us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Bye.